Ohow Dryiam, who had been listening to the discussions, among others, invites Austin outside for a smoke and brings 2 drinks because he is so dry. Ohow begins, "I've come out to see the stars. I'm seeing them in a new light now, they being our ancestors, but indifferent to our goings-on down here so far away. 1,000 starry goblets fill the sky so we can taste heaven's drink when we die. This is only man's tale, so drink today. The stars shine on, heedless of where we lie. And in an old light, it's showing us how they were long ago." Ohow continues, "I am shocked to hear that the all may have arbitrary input or random or none or whatnot, this seeming to remove all meaning and purpose overall. Could be, but we may have some temporary meaning and purpose during our temporary lives." "Maybe," Ohow replies, "or not, as either all planned out way ahead of time or just as bad, determined as we go along, and I don't like that our consciousness is the last to know about what the brain has already finished figuring. We still get to experience it. I see that as a bonus, but yes, the truth can hurt the ego." Maybe that's what the cosmos is after, experience, but before that, how does it have a name for that? Hard to say, but many are trying to locate the guidance principle as well as to see if some of the foreverness of the all rubs off on us, that is, if there is an us. What do you mean? Probably we are the universe, one and the same, has come to life. Everything transforms, coming and then going, never standing still. Particles change 1,000,000,000,000 times a second, for the Planck time is very tiny. Should we tell people that? They already know. I must ask you how that which ever transforms seems to have to ever stay the same at heart. No one knows exactly, but for quantum fields. So then what we know as our sun is ever changing and is never the same. Yes, but a semblance of the sun continues until the sun's semblance burns out. So a key is what is underlying the semblance continuing. Yes, as a hard-to-find key. The secrets of the universe seem to be kept in as a yin-yang in 2 locked boxes, each of which contains the other's key. Yeah, we're somewhat in the dark, as Omar says. I also like how, given that we are here, we can retrodict what had to go on to make us so. That's how Hubble knew about the electron-volt energy of carbon forming. Isn't it something to be able to know the past without it studying, learning, or waiting for confirmation? It's ever to be expected that what happened along the way to us will always appear to be fortuitous, lucky, and all their synonyms. We could set up a fake physics business. We could have opened a shop long ago and have appeared to be geniuses. Yeah. Is our solar system near the galaxy's core? No, fortunately it's not, for the intense radiation would have doomed it. Hey, thanks. I was wondering about that. Here's $1,000 for your answer. How many million electron volts does carbon need to form? Well, since the very important carbon atom for our carbon-based life forms exists in abundance, it must around 7.65 million electron volts, since its formation hinges on the radioactive state of a carbon nucleus formed out of 3 helium nuclei, which has but a 20% range to work with without being too high. This is not a very large range, though adequate, but without it and the fluke of its happening to fit that range, nothing much would have worked out in this universe. We knew what it had to be, and so that's where we looked to confirm it. Thanks. Here's $1 million. Why does Earth have a moon? A moon has a major influence, so Earth has to have a moon, or our charmed life wouldn't have made it here. Something will probably be discovered about the Earth wobbling like a top if there were no moon much too quickly. Its areas alternating through freezing and steaming zones. Thanks, here's a hot dog and an ice cream cone for you. Isn't it serendipitous that oxygen is relatively abundant? Yes, it's a real blessing. That we have such an atmosphere means that nothing primitive on the early Earth cared for oxygen, exuding it as a mere waste product, but one that accumulated during 2 billion years, although hydrogen must have been tastier and so was kept to use. Our luck of oxygen is from photosynthesis by early bacteria, And later through plants too that could fill the lungs of those who weren't even around yet, as well as build an ozone layer of protection from the harmful rays of outer space. Thanks, here's $1 billion. Did large beasts and many more species have to go away for us to prosper? Yes, as hinted at earlier. We find big bones deep under the soil. Okay, thanks, here's a blank check. Now how about something really exciting and personal? Well, after the dinosaurs died out, the shrews attached to a favorable evolutionary line headed towards us, and every single one of your forebears on both sides survived, they being attractive enough or smart enough to locate a loving mate with whom to celebrate. That's personal? Yes, I'm saying that every one of your ancestors had sex. Oh my. Was the Earth fine-tuned for us? No, we became fine-tuned to the Earth.